Welcome to Cheap Data, Big Insights. Today, we are diving into a hot topic for anyone who's ever wondered, why am I spending all this money on experiments when my factory floor is already giving me free data vending machine vibes?
That's right. We've scoured documents by Donald Wheeler and others. Yep, the Wheeler, about experimental and observational data. We'll get into why ignoring the humble observational data is like leaving cash on the table at lunch.
The goal: to see why quality improvement has less to do with running pricey science fairs and more about listening to the everyday data pouring out of your machines, meters, or occasionally disgruntled operators.
We'll talk structure, analysis, cost, and why engineers keep obsessing over new experiments, even though the answers could already be blinking at them from a dashboard. Ready?
Okay, let's clear up the difference first. Experimental data means you make a change, poke the system, and take notes. Observational data: you just watch what happens and jot it down, which is, let's admit it, way less work.
Right, and for some reason everyone acts like observational data is the discount bin. But guess what? It's not. That spontaneous feedback from your factory line is a gold mine, especially since it's cheap and actually reflective of a real process.
Exactly. Here's a secret: most processes are way to control every variable. So Wheeler, in his legendary low-key way, points out that you should spend your time finding the critical few causes and not panic about the trivial many. Why run around tightening every bolt when only 4 out of 20 actually matter?
That's the economic operation in a nutshell. Manage the heavy hitters and let everything else have a little freedom. It's like a block party for trivial variation. And as if by magic, your process turns out mostly normal looking histograms, which management loves for their PowerPoints.
Now, let's talk drama. When does that spike in the chart mean anything? Process behavior charts: your in-house lie detector for data. They help you decide if it's time to freak out or just, well, ignore the noise. As one source says, if you start by pre-qualifying your data, you're basically assuming you already have a predictable process, which could be the plot twist of the year.
I love that. So instead of torturing the data to fit your story, or fitting 7 trend lines to what is, a squiggle, just slap your numbers on a chart and check if the process is behaving. The real question is, why is observational data the underappreciated sidekick? Maybe because it's not flashy, there's no lab coat or dramatic countdown, but it's there feeding you signals all day long.
So, bottom line, quit ignoring the cheap observational data. Save your budget, use process behavior charts to filter out noise, and remember, prediction gets way better when you listen to what your process is already telling you. Couldn't have said it better. Next time you're tempted by a shiny new experiment, check what your pump, press, or spreadsheet has already spilled. Thanks for joining us for Cheap Data, Big Insights. Go get some insights and maybe a coffee.